Yes, welcome back, my laziness. My name is still Sensepito Chim, and as per the previous video that we talked about um, understanding procrastination and the strategies of how to overcome it, we went up to a certain level when we stopped, and we're still on it. This part two, procrastination, understanding procrastination, part two. And the topic is still, please stop procrastinating, as we talked the other side, the other time. Your presenter still remains myself, Sean Peter Chim, Technical Director, JSKA Kenya. Okay? And the topic is still understanding procrastination and strategies to deal with it. This is part two now. Now, we had gone up to here. We had talked about what is procrastination, effects of procrastination, causes of procrastination. So today we're gonna go to procrastination circle, procrastination circles. Okay. So now, sorry, let's rush to procrastination circles. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Trying to bring my notes to be updated to the current status where we are. I'm almost there, don't worry. Yes, there I am now. There I am now. So procrastination circle is a pattern behavior that people repeatedly go through when they delay their task unnecessarily. Okay, let's start from there. And it's a situation where procrastinating for a particular reason increases the likelihood of procrastinating for the same reason again in the future. Okay? And now I have some 5 circles here that we're going to talk about. We have number 1 is emotion regulation circle. Number 2, low confidence and self-efficacy circles. Number 3 is exhaustion circles. Number 4 is sleep circle. And number 5 is online circle. And without wasting time, we're going to go directly to emotion regulation circles. What about it now? Now, emotion regulation circle, procrastination circle, can be driven by causes such as depression, okay, anxiety, depression, anxiety, okay, there is stress, and lastly, there is fear, okay. Now, these circles often involves an inaction inertia, a phenomenon where skipping an initial opportunity to take action and decreases the likelihood of taking action under similar future opportunities. It keeps on repeating itself, yeah? Okay. Let's see what next. Rushing very fast. Okay. Let's go to number 2 now. Number 2 is the low confidence and self-efficacy. What about it? Okay, now, listen. The low confidence and self-efficacy circle can occur when someone has no confidence in their ability to avoid procrastinating on a task. So they don't even bother trying to do so because they have found out that they have no capability of avoiding this procrastinating. So they have low confidence. They have low confidence in themselves, and they don't have authority over their actions, and therefore the result is, I'm not going to do it. It's too tough for me. Maybe another time if my confidence will have risen up. Okay. Now, this leads them to procrastinate in reality. Okay? Which further decreases their confidence in their ability to avoid procrastinating on future tasks in what becomes self-fulfilling prophecy. They have low confidence, so they think they are not able to do a task. Therefore, when you have low confidence in doing a task, it means your confidence will be bigger in the procrastinating towards that task. That is what they do, and therefore that is it can be like fulfilling the prophecy. Like um, in short, we can say that the limbic system has won over the prefrontal cortex, and therefore the dopamine that is produced by the limbic system of the brain when talking of causes is now too big, and therefore the prefrontal cortex part of the brain is not able to plan, to decide, to make any decision. Okay, so what next here, please? Sorry for that. Now let's go back to number 3. Number 3 is exhaustion circle. What happens here? The procrastination cycles occurs when you are exhausted due to working too hard. So you procrastinate on an important task. Yes, you're willing to do it, but you've worked too hard. The body is exhausted, and therefore you have no option. When the body is exhausted, you treat the limit. It's like it is to the brim. Yeah, it's now you can't go beyond that. Okay, so you have to rest because you are exhausted. Okay, that's what we talk about, the exhaustion cycle. But also it leads you to have work it leads you to have to work hard on this task to finish them under intense time pressure. Because listen, even if you say you're exhausted now, you're not doing a task, and if this task was of very important uh, factor to you, it means at one time you're going to do it. But if you want a deadline of 5 days, you procrastinated towards this for 2 days, it means you only have 3 days. So what you could have done in 5 days, in bit, now you only have 3 days. You're going to have a lot of intense time to pressure yourself to finish it within 3 days instead of 5 days. Now, this also causes you to stay exhausted and therefore also makes you likely to procrastinate for the same reason again. Listen, you are exhausted to do a task today, and the level you could have done today and another day, you're going to do them what you could have done in 5 days, you're going to do it for 3 days. This will make you work more hard to also get exhausted further. And when you exhausted more and more, then there is likelihood that you will procrastinate again because your body is reached beyond your capability. You can't go beyond that. Okay? So exhaustion circle move like that, and it's very dangerous. Yeah, it's good to know these things. Now let's go to number 4, the sleep circle. What about sleep cycle? Now, sleep procrastination cycle can occur when you procrastinate on going to sleep. You postpone an event, you postpone to complete a task just because you want to sleep. Okay, it's called sleep cycle. Okay, so now it causes you to go to sleep later than intended. You want to go to bed at 8 p.m., but now because you slept earlier, it will force you now, when you start the task, to sleep not at 8 p.m., but at 10 p.m. maybe, which now shifts your biological clock and causes you to procrastinate ongoing sleep again in the future. And the cycle repeats itself. You may end up not accomplishing. I mean, you may end up not accomplishing what you are supposed to do. So the procrastination cycle of sleep will continue like that. Okay, I hope we are reading on the same page there. Okay. Now let's go to number 5 very fastly, and that is now online procrastination cycle. Now, online procrastination cycle occurs when you procrastinate on a task by doing something online. Maybe you are a student, you have biology test tomorrow. You decided, that instead of reversing biology today, right now, you're gonna go to Facebook and enjoy yourself. Time passes. Instead of revising your biology, you are online, maybe watching videos, YouTube or whatever. But again, these are not concerned with the biology. Look here now. When you realize that you're supposed to be doing biology revision, what will happen? What will happen? The only thing that will happen is that you'll have to stop the online video you were watching or Facebook you were on. Now start revising your biology, which is going to be late. And now, this further makes you to feel bad about the task and causes you to keep procrastinating online as a way to avoid dealing with this task. It's a big effect, yeah? It's a big negative effect. And now, this also causes you to keep feeling bad and so on. So you see, and it keeps itself. It becomes a circle of activities, okay? This circle can also involve other mechanisms such as associating a cue with the procrastinatory response, maybe which causes you to procrastinate whenever you encounter the same cue, thus reinforces your response to the cue. You see, the more complications being brought here now, and increases the likelihood that you will procrastinate when you encounter it and again and again and again. That's why we call them procrastination circles. They keep on repeating themselves. This produces this negativity, produces this negative effect, produces this negative effect, and you continue like that. And you end up procrastinating more and more. So we want to talk about 5 circles which we have. Sorry, now I want us now to go back to the content table, the table of contents, sorry, and see number 6, which is types of procrastinators. Types of procrastinators. We have around 6 types of procrastinators. Okay? Listen. We have the warrior. What is a procrastinator? We have perfectionist. Is another type of procrastinator. We have overdoer. Number 4, we have the crisis maker. And then we have the dreamer. Number 6 is the defier. Let's now talk of the warrior. Who is the warrior? In this category of the warrior, people do not start work because they think they cannot do it. The warrior group. In this category, they don't try, they don't do any task because they think they think they cannot be able to do it. And these warriors fear success and feel that it's better not to do this task because they fear something. But the central belief of the warrior type of procrastinator is, I won't be able to. I will not manage it. The story of doing it when I will not manage it. That's the warrior group. Okay? Warrior group, they believe that they won't manage it. They won't be able to do that task. Therefore, they don't do it. Okay? They fear success and feel that it's better not to do this task because of fear of success. I don't know if you belong there or not. So let's move away from the warrior. Sorry. Let's move away from the warrior and go to the perfectionist. What happens in this category of the perfectionist, category of procrastinators? Now, this category of people do not even start to work. Why? Because they fear that the work will not be perfect and that they will fail. If I can make it to be perfect, I can do it. And now they will be waiting for the perfect time. And when will this perfect time be? I can tell these guys, the perfectionists, the perfect time is now. Let's continue doing more about them. Their definition of failure is not perfect. I'm not able to make it perfect. Therefore, there's no need of attempting this task. Okay, sorry. Trying to go to the next. The next is overdoer. In this category of overdoer, people prefer multitasking and fail in effective prioritization of tasks. One person, he wants to do this, this short time, they end up not doing anything. They multitask, small here, and they fail to accomplish any of those tasks that they're trying to multitask about. And again, they fear their own imagined impossible standards. They fear their own imagined impossible standards. And what happens there? Now listen. The overdoers have central belief, and the belief is, I don't accomplish all, then I am not worthy. This guy or this person, instead of doing, maybe arranging desks in this room where we are, this is a caretaker. Listen, instead of doing one kata, maybe instead of doing kankusho, he once learned the kata kankusho. Within 1 hour, the same 1 hour, he wants to do iron shodan and he wants to learn iron godan. Now he does kankusho part 1, iron shodan part 2, iron nidan part 3. Time of 1 hour elapses. He has not understood or learned kankusho, neither has he understood or learned iron shodan, neither did he understand or learn taikok shodan. And therefore, the time ends up elapsing and they don't do anything. They say if they can't accomplish the 2 katas, then they're not worthy. They're not karatekas now. Okay? So they are overdoers. Those who are in overdoers class, please take care. Let's go to the crisis maker. The crisis maker are people who prefer working in stressful situations. These guys have a good period of doing a task, 5 days to do a task. But they will wait, I still have time, until the last day to deadline, then he starts. The task is too big. He's going to make crisis over the situation. That's what I mean, okay? Instead of starting early, he waits for the tough situation. They feel that they perform at their best when under pressure. It's an ego that doesn't work. Yes, you can work under pressure, but why can't you work under low pressure so that you do the right work? Work that is supposed to do 10 days, you want to do within 1 day, and you think that you have power to do it over pressure? No, it doesn't work. You are a crisis maker. Let me tell you about that. The problem with such people, the crisis makers, is that they might sacrifice the quality of their work due to the habit of starting at the last minute. You can't rush and make something good. If you have time, you can do, revise, recheck, recheck. You don't have time, you are a last minute runner, you can't manage it. Okay? You can't manage it. You competing in athletics, maybe you're a marathoner. Instead of starting to create to close the pace, the running pace at the beginning so that you be in the front page, you wait until you have 1 kilometer to go, then you want close page. Let me tell you, those who start to close page at the beginning of the race are now 10 kilometers away from you. It's not going to be easy to recover that 10 kilometers within 1 kilometer is not possible. Okay? Yeah. Now, let's go now to the dreamers. Number 5, the dreamers. In this category of people, what happens here? The individual in this category of the dreamer want everything in their lap without working hard. They dream of building, you dream of buying a car, and you don't start preparing for a budget. You want to have a car, and now you dream of having a car, and you don't work hard to save some cash for this car, because for you to buy a car, you need some cash, you need some budget, okay? You need some planning to save or to take loan or whatever. But they don't work hard for that. They dream of having it. Okay? It's very funny, yeah? Listen now. They do very little for their own success because they dream of having it. Yeah. Even the dream is good, but if you don't work hard for it, can't accomplish it. Okay? So the dreamer, you are in danger, I tell you. Now, there's another problem. The problem with such people is that they thought of actually doing something or working hard frustrates them. They they have a very big dream of building an estate, a big estate. But they don't work hard to reach there. Then when they realize they cannot make it to have their dream accomplished, they feel frustrated. And it's very bad, yeah? It's very bad. The dreamer category of this group is problem, yeah? The defier. What does the defier do? Listen now. The individual in this group of defier do not prefer doing unnecessary tasks. They do not hustle further. They do not struggle. Some they say some tasks are important, some are not important. But sometimes for you to do necessary tasks, you need to do unnecessary because there are some minor objects that may force you to get into unnecessary tasks, yeah, for you to reach the main task. They get frustrated and angry on being assigned tasks. They have a big task, they say, why am I told to sweep here? Instead of being told to maybe to plow this place, I'm told to sweep. Sweeping is a very, okay, I'm a manager, so just sending me to go and run errands is not work, okay? They don't want the small tasks. They say there are some work tasks for them. Listen now, what do they believe in? The defiers believe that they shouldn't have to do it. It's a small task. It's an awkward task for them. Someone else was supposed to do it, but not them. Okay? I think it's a wrong mindset, yeah? The defiers the wrong mindset, yeah? Now listen. After going through the types of procrastinators, now let's see the types of procrastination. Types of procrastination. Sorry, give me 1 minute. Good, there I am. Types of procrastination. That is our number 7. Subtopic number 7. Let's go through it and see. It's amazing how many people procrastinate even when they know it will affect them negatively. It's okay. Some of my career students, when I talk to them, they say sensate is nature. It's our nature. It's nature. Yeah. They do this. Why did you do this? Why did you fail to defend yourself when someone is kicking you? They say it's the nature. Yeah. So so maybe I I can explain that by saying that it's amazing how many people procrastinate even when they know it will affect them negatively. They say it's nature. That's what I'm trying to prove to you. But in reality, there are three types of procrastinations. Many people talk of many of them, many facts about the types. But if you combine them, this and this resembles, it means one fact, it means one point. There are three types of procrastination. One, priority delusion. Two, classic procrastination. And three, creative avoidance. Okay? And with that, let's start with priority delusion, yeah? Okay. Number three, but there's no problem, okay? What does it say? Priority delusion refers to a form of procrastination where individuals lose focus on their most important priorities and instead become preoccupied with less important but perhaps more urgent tasks. They leave what is important and they go to trivial things. Okay? It is still also good, but there are more urgent tasks that they're supposed to have done. Okay? They don't prioritize. That's what we mean. Okay? And how did this happen? This happened due to constant interruptions and a shift in attention to what is immediately demanding rather than what is strategically important. That is self-explanatory, guys. Yeah? Okay, let's go. Now, what happens in this delusion? It's not about being lazy or distracted, but rather about change in focus. The focus change every now and then. Okay? Let's go to next, please. Let's go to next. Okay. Take me back here, please. Don't worry. Let's go now to classic procrastination. Classic procrastination is the conscious and deliberate act of delaying or postponing a task that one knows they should be doing. You know very well that you're supposed to be doing this particular task. It's a must, you're going to do it. But intentionally, you delay it. But you know very well you will not go without doing it. I think it sounds very funny, yeah? Now, it's common type of procrastination, often categorized by a sense of wanting to get things done, but consistently choosing to avoid them, sometimes with a desire to switch to something more enjoyable. You're supposed to do a task which is not enjoyable, and you think, let me tell myself here, and later on I'll come to do this. But that is in short, I can say, classic procrastination may be the worst of the three types of procrastination. Yeah? Okay, let's rush and see the creative avoidance. What about it? Creative avoidance is a form of procrastination where individuals unconsciously create distractions and engage in less important tasks to avoid tackling more challenging, uh, dreaded tasks. Okay? You just avoid what is important. You got something that is trivial, you're avoiding it, and you know you're going to come back to it. Okay? It's all wasting time. Listen, it's a defense mechanism that allows people to feel busy and productive, even when they are not making progress on the most important thing. Yeah? It's they cheat themselves, people cheat themselves that he's feeling busy when he knows very well that what he's feeling busy on is not productive. Okay? Because what is productive is left aside. Okay? Sorry for that. Sorry, I'm gonna get a little bit of confused situation, but please allow me to go to priority so that I finish, because I skipped it and went there, and then now, sorry for a few minutes. Go back to now, overcoming procrastination. Strategies of overcoming procrastination. Remember, our topic was understanding procrastination and strategies of overcoming it. Now, these are the strategies of overcoming it. Listen now. Point number 1, make lists of what you want to do. Point number 2, figure out your most productive time. Point number 3, eliminate distractions. Strategy number 4, try challenging tasks. Strategy number 5, set deadlines. Strategy number 6, reward yourself. Okay, when I explain. Strategy number 7, take regular tasks, breaks, work and rest. Strategy number 8, break tasks into small particles. And strategy number 9, deal with your fears. Now, that's good. Good to mention that. Let's go to number 1, make list. This first strategy, listen, start your day by listing what you expect to do during the day. Make a list of what you want to do today. Okay? Again, put deadlines against each of your daily tasks. Make a list. Put deadline on each list. Whatever you write, put deadline. What time do I want to finish this? What time do I want to rest? What time do I go to this task? That's how your day will be organized. Listen more. Further, estimate the time required to complete your daily task and compare it with the time available so that you don't fail to do or underestimate the task. Okay? Estimate, make list, locate time, and estimate the time that is required to make particular task that you've listed, so that you don't overtime it or you don't undertime it. Put appropriate time in that will make sure that you complete or accomplish the task as listed. Remember this, like planning for the day. Let's go to strategy number 2, which was figure out your most productive time. Self-explanatory. You must always find out the time of the day when you are most productive. So the bigger task, put at the time that you're mostly productive, and know when you are not always productive. And now you make proper use of the time at which you are mostly productive. And in many cases, what do people do? They always best productive between 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Okay? I don't know yours, but okay? So it's advisable, okay, to schedule the most critical tasks in the most productive time, since it's the best time to deal with analytical task that requires logic, focus, and discipline action. That is self-explained, yeah? Now, let's go to strategy number 3. I'm going to rush a little bit faster. Eliminate distractions. Before settling down to commence any task, you must assign yourself a particular period of time during which you will turn off all distractions that surround you. What are these distractions? The example I can give here are 1, television, social media, internet, etc. And use that time, okay, to put all your attention to the task at hand. Okay. Strategy number 4 now, Strategy number 4 is try challenging tasks. The harder the task are, the more dedication and concentration it requires to complete that task. So that means that trying more challenging tasks will make you be more dedicated and more energetic, knowing that you're doing a very complicated task that can challenge you. Challenging tasks are the core of growth mindset and encourages you to take risk and grow in life and career. That is true. Yeah? Okay, and what must you do? You must challenge yourself always to complete the most challenging and complex task in the most productive time. Okay? And also, so that time of your day, so that, okay, sorry, because if you get tired, the chances that the task will be victim to procrastination increases. Now, number 5, set deadline. Any task accompanied under pressure helps you to focus and collaborate towards achievements of the goal. You agree with me there? Okay. The deadlines make the expectation of the delivery clear and keeps the complex and multi-stage task to track. Okay? And setting deadline can make you more organized, good, as clear time frames are attached to the pending tasks. So you know what you're going to do today and the other time. Let's talk of rewarding self. That's number 6. Listen now. You need to build a habit of rewarding yourself for your own efforts. People don't reward themselves, but you need to make a habit of rewarding yourself always. Even when you complete a very small portion of your larger task, it's paramount to have such rewards in place to boost your confidence. Maybe you finish a task, take a soda, take coffee, refresh yourself, take tea, okay, something like that. Okay, may I reward myself doing a task. When I finish, go to the dojo, do some push-ups, do some two katas, because I am always happy and energetic when I do karate. Yeah, so maybe, but you're not me, okay? Now let's go to task number 7 now. Take regular break. Listen, the human being. And therefore, taking regular break from a task can help you to sustain your attention at any time after refreshing yourself. Okay? And again, working for extended hours without significant break can uh, uh, lead to lower quality of work as it makes you feel overburdened and stressful. Okay? And now, break allows you to relax, okay? Recharge, okay? Boost energy, okay? Improve memory, okay? And also to enhance creativity. That's well explained there. I hope we are moving together. The strategy number 8. Strategy number 8 is break tasks into small particles. Very simple, my friends. When you are assigned a large project or a big task, first list down or break it into smaller series of steps. Big one, reduce into smaller particles that are doable. Sorry. Once you have created a detailed list of tasks to be completed, it becomes easy to accomplish the task, and you can now start individual baby steps on this particular small particle, this small particle, and connect them together. For example, this is how I teach people when I train karate. This is how I teach people a new kata. And it works well with me, and even the beginners can always understand the kata that is new to them. The kata has got, let's talk of Kankudai. It has got 64 moves. When I say I want to teach people who are new to Kankudai, the 64 moves at this particular 2 hours, it's going to be difficult. So how do I do it? I start by number 1, explaining what is Kankudai. Number 2, saying the importance parts of the Kankudai. Now I break Kankudai into small movements. Movement number 1, we will deal with it 10 times. Movement number 2, movement number 3. So we understand all those movements 1, 2, 3 up to 64. Then now, the second day, we come back and now combined movement number 1 and number 2 and number 3 and number 4 up to number 64. We form a kata. And we repeat again. We understand it. The third day we come back. What do we do now with Kankudai? Now, we now understand it, but now we go to the rhythm. Which rhythm is needed here? Which part movement do we go first? Which is powerful and slow but powerful? Which is fast movement? Which is what and what? The fourth day, we combine them all together, the small movements, each movement, to make 64 movements of Kankudai, and the fast and the slow, and the particular rhythm needed, and the speed needed, and the kima needed, and the power and the chikara needed into this training of this Kankudai. It now becomes, and then later on, I talk to them about the challenges of the Kankudai. And then we now later on, after understanding it, now we come, how do you compete with the Kankudai and win? And then it becomes a 64 move kata that now everyone understands within 3 or 4 days. Okay. Give me 1 minute, give me 1 second, I go, okay, now let's go to strategy. The last strategy, that is now number 9, and that is dealing with your fear. Listen. Fear contributes to procrastination because you fear of doing something. You say, because I'm not able to do this, let me postpone to the next time, another day, next time, and you don't do it. Okay? It can involve, dealing with fear may involve 1, fear of making mistakes. Okay? Some people don't want to make mistakes. Or fear of failure. Okay? But if you fear failure in life, it's important to realize that it is your self-handicap that is keeping you away from your goals. Those who are successful in everything that they did to become what they think they're successful in, they failed more than they expected. But then later on, they came to success. Okay? Addressing your fears will help you get started and overcome difficulties to achieve your success. Please address your fears. Okay? Let's go to last strategy. Strategy number 10, that is last minute rule. This is a cognitive behavioral therapy technique for overcoming procrastination. 5-minute rule. This is very funny. It sounds funny and sinister, but it works, yeah? I've tried it, yeah? Me, I teach only what I do. I don't teach what I think can work. I do it first before I teach people about it. Okay? Now, in this technique, the 5-minute rule, you set a goal for whatever you will otherwise avoid only for 5 minutes. You feel exhausted. I wanted to go and do some 100 push-ups today. It is time for strengthening my upper part of the body. I plan to do 100 push-ups, but I feel very much exhausted that I cannot do it. I was planning to train for 1 hour. What I'm required to do here, I set 5 minutes, okay. I'm tired, yes, it is true, I'm tired. But I'm gonna set only 5 minutes for me to do whatever push-ups I'm gonna do in 5 minutes and stop. That is what I do, that's what it means. Okay? But after 5 minutes, you are free to stop if you wish. But what has been found out? Although it has been found out that in such cases, most people end up completing the task that they were not supposed to, they were saying they're tired of doing, instead of stopping on the way. After 5 minutes, you find yourself to be pushed. Please just start, then you will continue doing it. Just start and be consistent. You will continue doing to the end. That's what we mean by 5-minute rule. This important therapy helps to overcome procrastination and becoming more productive. That is true. Okay? Now, what are the steps that can help us to run the 5-minute rule into action? Number one, set time on your phone or laptop for only 5 minutes. As we say, it's 5-minute rule, yeah? Number two, give your 100% input within those 5 minutes, even if you don't feel like acting. Make full use of those 5 minutes. Number three, after 5 minutes, observe and analyze how you feel. If you feel tired, stop it. You feel energetic, continue to the end. Okay? This is what you're going to find out. You will either feel so involved that you will be encouraged to complete the task, or you will be extremely irritated and stop the task completely. That may happen. But the more chances are that you will overcome procrastination and complete the allocated task. The 5-minute rule, the steps of how to do 5 minutes rule to make it to action. Okay? What are the takeaway? What are the takeaway for this session? The takeaway for this session is that procrastination is a great killer of our success. Please, side effects, the only effects of procrastination, they are side effects. The causes of procrastination we now know. We have biological and we have psychological perspective. We now know the circles. Now we know the types of procrastinators, and we know where we belong. Whether we are warriors, we are perfectionists, we are overdoers, we are crisis makers, we are dreamers, or we are overdoers, or we are defiers. Types of procrastination, we now have 3 at our knowledge. Overcoming, the strategies to overcome it. We now know we have to make lists, we have to figure out our productive time, we have to try challenging tasks, set deadline, the word self, ourselves, okay, anything, okay, take regular breaks, okay, break tasks into smaller particles, but dealing with our fears, okay, and that is how we can handle and deal with the procrastination. Procrastination is a killer of our success by all means. Please stop procrastinating. Thank you very much. Now, time is remaining less now. One part remaining is discussion from this subject of understanding procrastination and the strategies. We're going to do that next time. It's a small part, but for now, I'm very happy to have listened to me. Sorry for taking a lot of your time, but please, in your life, stop procrastinating. We're going to talk about procrastination somehow a little bit when we'll be talking about forcing yourself to be consistent. In martial arts, these things are very important. Stop procrastinating. Be consistent in whatever thing you do. Thank you very much for that time. Until the next time, we're going to have another lesson to have a video together. I'm still Sensei Peter Chiang, the technical director, JSKA Kenya. I'm very proud to have you taken your time to listen to me, and I hope and I fully believe that we have all learned something about procrastination. Some people thought procrastination is normal. It's not normal. Now you know it's not normal, and you know that procrastination can be controlled. You can stop and run away from it and keep your things moving and running. Okay, thank you very much. Os, arigato.